Good evening, John here, Whiskey 4 Golf Juliet Tango, and I wanted to do a little video update on some of the shortwave receivers that I've been using um, uh, in and around the ham shack, at the house, at work, traveling different places, and this is one of the ones that I bought this radio about 2 years ago, right after Christmas. They went on sale on Amazon. I think I paid $29 for it with free shipping. I bought it, and I bought a Texan PL310ET. And this one here has a rechargeable battery that charges through the USB port, but it's not plugged in right now. And it has the airband on it also, which the Texan does not. And this radio here has kind of lived in my work bag and in the camper, and it's been kicked around. It's been left dead for weeks at a time, and then charged back up and used. And it's been through a pretty good bit of testing, shall we say. And I want to show you just how good of a little receiver this radio is. Now, I'm at work. I just finished my work. I'm getting ready to go home. I've got about 45 minutes before I'm going to clock out. I'm just taking a break and drinking some coffee. And I just wanted to show you how this little receiver works, especially now that the sunspot cycle is coming back up. So I don't have an aerial. This has an antenna port on this side that you can plug in a 1.8 phono jack for an external antenna. I don't have one. I've just got the whip up here, and you can see it's kind of binder clipped onto the end of some RG11 that runs out of our break room here and up a 20-foot antenna pole, and then there's about 35 feet of wire that's just attached to the end of the center conductor of RG11, and it just kind of runs across to another pole that's about 20 foot high. And that's basically just an untuned kind of makeshift long wire. Actually, it's more of a random wire. It's not really that long antenna. But we're going to do a little band scan. In fact, I've already done one on the AM band, which this antenna does not receive. This is for the FM, the long wave, the short wave, and the air band. The AM broadcast band is on a ferrite bar antenna that's inside the case here. And like I said, I'm at work. I'm in an industrial environment. There's a lot of electrical noise. So we have some interference and noise issues, but it's still doing a pretty decent job. It's about almost 9 o'clock, I think, at night. So we'll go through. I've already done the auto tune and store for the AM band, so we've got some presets in here. We can just scroll through and see what the reception's like on them.
And the modem. Witnesses to students, there aren't anybody that might have.
This is 750 out of Atlanta.
Anything that could
usually a pretty good station.
Cedar Parish, 95.5 WSB. 61 degrees
WSB. It's call letters. You can tell there's a little bit of staticky noise.
70, Atlanta's most.
And apparently the camera phone will only let me record 5 minutes at a time, so it cut off, but we'll continue on where we left off.
His first name.
And this is 1290 WKTS out of Savannah. Used to be the old WTOC TV AM radio station, and I believe the call letters are now WKTS. It's running, I think, 5,000 watts at night.
We're not blaming people for getting injured.
Right.
But man, downgraded where we thought of him.
Here's our local station, WLOP 1370, 35 watts at night. We're about
maybe woulda, coulda, shoulda,
roughly
kind of player now.
8 miles from them.
No,
My house is 13 miles the other side of where I'm at now, and I cannot receive them at night most of the time.
And he'll be a Hall of Famer.
I'm just outside of the reception zone, the fringe.
At least at this point.
Detroit Redway back up now towards center. Lindell.
I'm not sure what 1500 is. 1510 though is WLAC out of Nashville, Tennessee. I verified that. I spent a few minutes and actually heard the station call letters, and it is WLAC, Nashville, Tennessee. 50,000 watt blowtorch.
The applying process and what frustrating results you're dealing with.
Pretty good signal.
And the time.
And we're back to the beginning. And if you don't believe that your wall warts and your power supplies generate noise, watch this. This guy right here. Hear that? Total chopping interference.
Yes, these special tarot cards for the hotel were designed by London-based queer artist and tarot illustrator Ari Wisner. And this is a quote. When I first visited Kempton Fitzroy, London, I was instantly inspired by the stunning architecture and the beautiful details throughout. With so many stories and visuals to work with, it tied in with the archetypes found within the tarot so naturally, says Wisner. He went on to say, it's been a pleasure to create this deck of cards and to capture just a little bit of the hotel's magic, unquote. In her deck, cards like...
On board a football right after noteworthy news. Please stay tuned to Clean Out from Television for more positive programming.
I feel that you shall be led forth to sing. You shall be led forth to pray. All things are possible unto you. All things are possible unto you. Analysts, futures analysts are seeing no halfway on the ECB.
First behind why this is so important, yes, someone explain.
La boca y la nariz cuando toques. 3. La cara. No la toques nunca. În România, pentru amuncii, a crescut de la 27.400.
Every problem you have comes from unbelief. All your problems. by what you do in the flesh, your carnality.
Is internal. It's the heart of we the people. And that's why Don Hodel and Randy Tate, who took over,
They crept the 77 to 63 home wing case Ravens, no Turping Dolphins.
Articul tematic românească apărute în Polonia în ultimii ani, inclusiv
They ran out now, maybe about a month ago. That beloved high school of my mother, the Morrison's Cove High. Now, guess what? The sports, what do we?
So, the Radiwow R-108. You've seen it on the broadcast band, and you've seen it through the short waves. There's not a lot of air traffic around here, so there's not much on the air band that we can pick up. The FM band, you know, it's works great performer. I mean, literally like 35 or 40 stations that we can receive there. It's just too much to go through, and you know, FM's not one of my big things, so we'll skip over that. Low frequency, it does have the low frequency, 150 kilohertz to 400 kilohertz, and I've scanned it several times, and I've never got anything. But one time I picked up a beacon. I think it was Morse code, and I'm pretty sure it was a beacon. This does not have a BFO in it, nor does it. It doesn't do sideband either. So I couldn't be sure, but you could hear a carrier turn it on and off, and I can only assume that it was a beacon of some sort. It might have been Morse code, could have been digital. I'm not real sure, but it did find it, so there was a carrier of some kind there, because the auto tuning store actually looks for a carrier. If it finds one of sufficient strength, it'll lock and store it as a memory channel. So overall, for $30, this is a great little radio to have. It has proven very reliable, and it's relatively good receiver as well. I've been pretty well impressed with it, and the audio fidelity from this little bitty speaker right there is amazing for its size. It is way better audio than I've gotten out of any of the Texans, and even some of the larger receivers that I got that are tabletop models, even some of the old ones, the Hallicrafters and the Heathkits, that they have a very communications type sound to them. And this one here is actually, it sounds, good audio. So I've been very impressed with it. So this is definitely a radio that you want to keep an eye out for, especially if you can get one fairly cheap like I did, with free shipping. Throw it in your bag, throw it in your lunchbox going to work, just to have it around, because it really works well. So next up, we'll have some hopefully a look at some of my antennas that I've been working on, and we're going to look at a couple of receivers that I've got in the shack that I've been working on as well. Got a Hallicrafters, the National. I've got a Yaesu FT102 that I've been working on for a ham friend of mine, and we'll take a look at some of those, So 73 until next time from W4 GJT.